to hit this start streaming. Let me see how if we're going live here. I already put on our socials everything, so
Nice.
and looks like we're live.
All right, live, live, live. Here
I'm
we are.
gonna
Here
take
we
my
are.
hand down from. How do you take my hand down?
I
This is
don't know.
amazing.
Oh no, there's the button. Come on.
Was it the
Lower my
react?
hand.
There we
React.
go.
It's a react.
Yeah, I just have
Testy.
to create it. Welcome everybody to another Wednesday. This
Mm-hmm.
time is Draw Jam slash podcast. It's we're starting this really fun stuff. We started last week, and we're gonna continue it this week with Therand Guy. How you doing, Therand?
I'm great. You know what? I'm excited to be here.
Yes,
Why
it's
is
very
that?
exciting to have you.
Yes.
Just joking. I'm solely messing. But yeah, you know what? I have a question though. How did you find the Discord community?
You know what? I found it to be like a spot where I feel like it feels like early Discord, you know? Like there was a time, okay, maybe I'm not that early in Discord's life, but there was a time like a few years ago when Discord really felt like this place where you just were discovering new servers and meeting new people a lot. That's what
Uh-huh.
I feel like this when
Server
Discord
is.
really felt like this place.
Okay. And how did you end up, like, how did you join it? Where did you find the information to join it?
Yeah. So a friend of mine, Rachel Dooms, she is
Ah,
a super talented animator, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I was at Taffy and I was at this table, and I was also seeing these people from the animation platform." And she sort of gave me a little breakdown. I was like, "I've got to find them and join the Discord and find them on LinkedIn and stuff." And it just went from there.
That's fantastic. I love it. That's the best way
yeah.
to find people, right? When we're just like
Oh
word
my
of
God.
mouth. That's the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So,
I
do you want to go, Jose? Do you want me to? I'm just have so many questions.
go 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 go.
Oh,
You
okay.
go, girl.
Well, because I haven't really got to chat with you before, so
No.
could you tell all of us what are you up doing right now? Are you still in school, or where did you go to school, and how did you get into what you with your whole show that you're working on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, as you know, my name's Therand Guy. I had to do the
Hey.
introduction there.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. I am studying film and television at Sheridan, and I am on the producer and writing track. So that's sort of the person who, when you have an animation project, I'm the person who you're going to call to help you get funding and connect with people and that sort of thing. And so I got into this sort of television space when I had a kids project that was like meant to be a show and ended up reaching out to Turtlebox Productions. So Cam and Kat Hayduck, who are two crazy talented producers and creators, and went to them with this project. And they provided so much mentorship and guidance through the development process of this. And that's sort of how it was born.
Mm.
Amazing. Yeah, no, I do know Cam, and uh, thank you, Cam, for coming to Taffy and doing all the nice work that you did, Taffy. And
Everybody
Turtlebox
knows
Productions.
Cam.
Yeah, who doesn't know Cam, right? So that's amazing. Okay, so for your actual uh, deck and your sample, did you do any of the art, or did you look for artists and you worked with artists as a producer?
So I mainly worked on the animation and editing part. So I wasn't mainly the artist for that, but I did a lot of the Photoshop work for the backgrounds because that's something I've always worked with, and I did all of the After Effects work and a lot of the rigged stuff. We
Oh, nice.
actually
What
integrated a little bit of motion capture.
What a modest guy. I'm just a producer, but hey, I actually did compositing and design
You
and
actually produced something.
animation, and I actually made some stuff. But yeah, no, I'm just a producer. You're funny. You're funny. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
You're very modest. I knew you had some,
Yeah.
hands-on role there.
I know that I don't say call myself an animator specifically because I have friends who like again like Rachel who absolutely like they're in the thick of it storyboarding all of that. So I know that on my part I lean more on the producer writing side of things, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
Amazing. That's really cool. And so what's before we go through the actual material and what because it is a preschool show, right? It's
Yes,
called Around the
preschool, school
World.
age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
school age. Okay, it's called Around the World. It is a hybrid, right? So
Mhm.
live action live
That's very cool.
footage. Yeah, with like a 2D animation.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and that's the pipeline, and that's a Harmony pipeline or something different that you were
Yeah.
using
So
for
first, this was
animation.
an Adobe pipeline.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay.
okay.
Even for animation. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So I don't know much about traditional animation. Is that just like frame by frame, just drawing, or some like rigged?
No, so this was a combination of rigged and a little bit of motion capture.
So
Huh.
this is through well, it used to be Flash. What's it called? Animate now?
So a mix of, I know we used Adobe Character Animator for this. So this
Character
allowed us to
animator.
do a
Okay.
mix, yeah, a mix of rigged keyframes, so how you do that, and then a little bit of motion capture as well for some additional movement.
All
Oh,
right.
cool.
And so before I show, I like to always talk about it because then it's like when you see, you're like, oh, okay, there it is. Would you mind telling us a little bit about the story? Whose story is it? Who wrote it? Where does it come from? And why are you worked on this
Why do you
particular
want to
story?
do it?
Why do you care? What's your
Yeah,
why?
absolutely. So this project was born originally during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always liked writing projects and making stuff, but this one was sort of, I was at home during COVID, everything's shut down, and I was like, you know, having sort of that geography experience would be valuable as a show, and I sort of started workshopping that to see what it could be. And I realized that vlogging could be a really fun way to look at it because kids watch vlogging videos. I know like lots of people, I have younger cousins and everything, and they're like watching vlogs. Oh, this person went here, this person went here. And putting that into sort of an educational format that's also safe for kids, I thought that could be a really interesting way to grab attention and to have as IP, because that's something you need, some sort of hook for your IP. So I thought that was a nice hook. And so the show is called Vlogs Around the World. So we have a character named Josh, and he's a vlogger, and he sort of travels to different places, filming vlogs while he's there and teaching kids about facts and about the history of these sort of landmark locations that sometimes you hear about, but you don't know the story of them and how they came to be. And we also
Yeah.
learn a little bit about the country that they're based in.
Okay. And so the script, the way it's scripted, did you have to look for a writer or did you kind of give it a shot yourself?
Yeah, like I said, I'm on the writer producer side of it. So yeah, that was me
You
giving it a
actually
shot
wrote.
myself.
Okay, and you actually wrote everything. So you didn't have anybody work. Okay, that's awesome. And so like are you still in school?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Awesome. What year are you in?
I'm going into my second year for film and television.
And how long
Whoa.
is the whole program?
Yeah, so it's a bachelor, so it's BFTV
Oh,
from the
okay.
Sheridan people. But yeah,
So you've got
Mm.
4. Okay. So you've still got a long time. In my world, that's 2 years a long time. But in the animation world, it's like forever.
Yep.
So the speed of light, right? But that's really cool that you got this much traction while you're still in school
Yeah.
with getting mentorship and getting yourself out there. Because I don't know, do any of your other classmates kind of try to, you know, create something and test it and try to get mentorship?
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they do. A lot of my friends are in the live action space a lot more.
Okay.
Like I have the mixed media in that show as well, so I get a little bit of both. But some are like
Hmm.
firmly in that live action area, and they
Nice.
do things every day. I look at, I'm like, wow, like that's talent.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's cool.
Nice.
Okay, so unless there's anything else about the character himself, I could just go through your deck.
Okay.
For
Or
So
sure.
maybe
yeah,
we watch
let's
the pilot first. Do you want to
yeah,
watch the
let's
pilot
make sure
first,
you
Jose?
can see it though. I need to make sure that you're sharing. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do the
should we
pilot.
watch it?
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
do it.
I
let
should
me
have brought
share.
popcorn, man. Okay,
I
next
know.
time.
Yeah. Popcorn.
How long is this? I'm just kidding. No, I think it's short,
3
right?
hours later.
Oh
No.
boy.
It's less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I figured it won't be too long. I mean, that's even if it is long, we have a whole hour. So if you animated a whole hour of content, I'm gonna be so psyched. All
Yeah.
right.
I did this
Let's
in
see.
I
half an
wouldn't be
hour.
here today if I animated an hour of content.
Why not? Oh, you would make it. I know some people who've done that. Um,
If I had a hat, hats off to them.
well, check out Denver Jackson. He did 2 hours. So,
Yeah,
feature film.
Oh,
by himself.
get to the
The
watch
World's
list.
Divide. Check out his YouTube of how he made a 2 hour feature by himself.
Yeah, it's
So,
pretty fantastic.
there you go. So, all right, I'm gonna press click on this. I'm gonna watch.
Click on it. Make it big.
Hey there, I'm Josh, and I'm a vlogger. That means that I get to travel around the world, visiting new places, learning new things, and making videos all about it. I've gotten to see all sorts of cool places, and now I get to see another one. Today we're visiting the Great Wall of China in Beijing, China, to take a selfie. I'm also gonna vlog while I'm there. Do you want to come with me? Great! Let's get on the plane! Wow, the view from this plane is amazing! But why don't we learn about our destination while we fly? Let's use my smart tab. Beijing is a city in the country of China, which is located on the continent of Asia. The main language spoken here is Mandarin.
你好，很高兴认识
The people of China are known for their inventions, like paper and gunpowder, their martial arts, and their sports, like dragon boat racing. Now here's a fun fact. Did you know that wild pandas live nowhere else in the world but China? Alright, that's it for this smart tab. We've arrived at our destination. Whoa, that was a long flight, but we made it. We're here at the Great Wall of China in front of one of the most visited sections, which is in Beijing, China. This amazing wall was completed around 220 BC. That's a really long time ago. It was later rebuilt from the years 1368 to 1644, which is still a pretty long time ago. But now for the real question. Why was this wall even built? Well, it was made to protect China from invaders who were coming in from different places. That's why it's so long. In fact, it would take 18 months non-stop to walk the entire Great Wall of China. And that's because it's over 5,000 miles, or 8,000 kilometers long. Now, building a wall this long was not easy, especially because China has a lot of mountains. So, the workers who were creating the wall decided to build a bunch of smaller walls that were connected instead of one big wall. They would build the wall on one side of a large mountain, travel around it, and then continue building. Okay, the history of this wall is really cool, but now it's time to do what we came here for. Let's get our selfie! Are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile!
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yay! Where's my clothing? There it is.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
Indeed.
Finished, clear. Let's take it and
Oh,
make it, right?
yeah.
Did you want to say something, Jose?
No, no, no. Sorry, I was just playing. No, that was great. How long did it actually take you to make it from beginning to end?
So we at Turtlebox, there was already like an internal like older version that I had brought in, but this more polished one, we did this in the span of less than 8 weeks.
Wow. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
at it like boom, boom, boom.
Yes. And you know, I have to give so much credit to Cam and Kat because they had they had a lot of familiarity with making like smaller, very creator-led series like this. Like they did a show called Will's Jams for CBC Kids a few years prior to this. And so they had a good knowledge of, okay, this isn't a project we can do this with an Adobe pipeline. And sort of they had a lot of tips and advice on how to like produce something that's like shorter in length, how to keep things snappy. It was just really invaluable.
And why
Yeah,
did
no.
you use Adobe Animate versus like Two Moon Harmony?
It fit a lot better into the workflow. Like I already had a bit of experience with Premiere, and After Effects was something that I learned most of my knowledge about it there. So it just fit really well into our workflow, being able to just integrate everything.
Amazing.
Nice.
Okay, so that's pretty
So you
much.
did the character build on Character Animator. Did you do the animation in Character Animator? Did you actually? I know you can do it in After Effects. You can do pretty much anything in After Effects. So, um, not that I'm promoting Adobe or anything,
No,
but
no.
there's so much you can do in there. So how did you go about it?
Yeah.
No.
So the actual character animation was done in Character Animator, and then all of the compositing and additional like motion, so like if he's walking a little bit or he needs to zoom in or zoom out with camera movement and all that, that was all
Yeah.
done in After Effects.
Okay. Yeah. And how many people ended up working on that project? Oh, did I lose you? Oh no, everybody's
Maybe.
frozen. Frozen.
Frozen.
Elsa, come back. Frozen.
Come back.
Dad
Come
jokes. Dad
back.
jokes.
What was it? Never let go? Or let
Never.
it go?
I don't
No,
let it
that's
go.
sorry, that's
Never
Titanic.
let go.
Never let
Two
go,
different
Jack.
movies.
Frozen. Ah,
It's okay.
bye,
We'll
Jack.
wait. We'll wait for. This is such a fun project. Like to him must have been. Oh, he'll come back. He'll come back.
Hmm.
That.
Did
Yeah,
I
it's
freeze
it's cool.
You
again?
Yeah, you
totally
froze. Hey,
froze,
welcome
and then we
back.
were making jokes about
Oh,
Frozen, so didn't miss
Yeah,
much.
and then she missed
Oh,
it
you're
with
frozen again.
Titanic. Oh
Oh man,
no, we're gonna have to
great.
repeat ourselves again.
We're gonna start from the beginning now, everybody.
All right,
So
so
just
back to
prepare.
the.
um,
It's always good to keep it going. But yeah, this is awesome. No, I'm
I'm
really
just trying
liking
to
this
see
idea.
if there's a slide about the actual pipeline. So,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna talk about that
because I'm
next.
super curious. Like, there is so many cool things, and this could be like we were telling Taran that this could be such a cool game. We will discuss that in a little
Yes.
bit. So production stuff like this is what we want to see more from the community. And please, if you are listening, or when you listen to this, like you're more than welcome to reach out to us, either Sonia or Jose to
Oh,
and I say, oh, you're back.
are you back
Let's
or are you still
let's see if he's
freezing?
back.
technology.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
Okay,
robotic,
hang on.
little
my
robotic.
okay.
You good? Do
Okay,
we?
we're back. Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know. Technology it connects us and then
Just tell
disconnects
people in
us.
your house to stop streaming everywhere because they're
Yeah.
all watching. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The bandwidth is dropping.
Mm,
Just kidding. Speaking of bandwidth,
oh my
my
goodness.
goodness.
Okay.
Are you good?
yes.
Yes, I think we are. I don't know.
You can also turn off your camera, and then that could be easier.
Yeah, and then we can continue and then come back when it's
You can also turn off my camera. Is that
yeah.
gonna help?
Yeah, he'll come back. He'll
The
come back. But anyways,
faceless.
to the community, yeah, welcome to write us an email and say, hey, I wanna pitch I wanna show my work. Like just has to be completed work, and then we can have a chat, and then come in here and present your project.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and then for next week, we are talking to Herringbone Animation with Planet
Woo!
Jane,
Yeah,
Meridian
just premiered.
Culpepper, Annie Castellanos, the producer,
It's
Meridian
a great.
Culpepper,
Yeah,
the studio owner.
and we're gonna be having a great conversation with them and hopefully drawing. And man, it's such a cool project too. There's some. This is the great thing about creators. We come up with amazing stuff, and we need
Okay,
to put
yeah,
it somewhere. You know.
absolutely.
So here we are. But Darren, so going back to what we were talking about.
I think Theron is still frozen.
Oh,
Oh, am I still?
yeah, yeah. Just shut off the camera. We can. We'll just do the your voice. Um,
If it helps. If it doesn't
if it
help, then
helps.
you may have
Yeah.
to like leave and come back, or you've done that already.
Yeah, he's done it.
Uh-oh.
The
Uh,
technology. Da-da-da.
now you're good. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're back. Because we
Yeah.
were
yeah.
fine
We were so
earlier. I don't
fine
know.
until somebody in your house started downloading something. I'm telling you.
8 o'clock, man. It's a time when everybody's like starting to watch their Netflix and playing video games.
Yeah. Well, if you can hear us, we'll keep talking about so your synopsis and the character and host. So like people can read this. And we were just talking about the pipeline Anime Pro versus Harmony and how you were saying
Hmm.
that it's a better fit for the workflow. The live footage. So this is essentially like a pitch, and it's a concept piece. So if you were to actually, were you shopping around for co-producers who would want to actually make this with you, and find a budget to actually film on location and then do a full series, like season essentially?
Am I
Uh-oh.
back?
Yeah.
I
Did you
I
hear the?
can't tell.
You're
I'm not
back. You're
sure what's
back.
going on here.
Now
Okay,
We
you're
we're
we
back.
got
back.
you.
What was the
We
last
got
thing
Now
you
you.
I'm back.
heard? Tell us what the last thing
Um,
you heard.
I heard from co-production.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Were you actively looking for co-productions and for budget to actually make a full season with this pitch and the deck and the proof of concept?
Oh, we're gone again.
Oh.
Oh no! Tragedy. Do we completely lose him?
I'll just talk
We're
about the style.
okay. I think I disappeared for a second again there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep
Let's
talking. Yeah.
see.
How's it now?
I can hear. Everything's
Good.
going working well.
Awesome. Were you looking for budgeting, essentially, for a budget to produce a full season with this proof of concept? What was the goal with making this?
Yeah. I know on my part, the goal, the market at the time, we sent out some stuff. It wasn't really something that people were looking for as much shorter form at the time.
Mhm.
Now, I think as digital's gotten a lot more popular,
Mhm.
I've gotten some interest in it. So I'm talking to one or two platforms right now to see if they're interested in it, in
Mhm.
Okay.
picking it up. So
Mhm.
yeah, but if not, then I would go the self-production route and just make some more of these and release them on YouTube and any other like kids sort of more digital streaming platforms.
Mhm. And so how do you find, in your experience, being new to the industry and essentially having to build your network, how do you find reaching out and having actual conversations with platforms or other producers for funding? Do you find it challenging? Do you have to do a lot of the legwork? Do you have a
Oh,
community that helps you connect? Like, what is it like for you being new to the industry?
hmm. Okay, I'm still having trouble hearing everything
Uh-oh.
clearly. I'm not sure. Maybe we're breaking up a lot.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Okay, let's try turning off maybe the music completely. Let's see
Yep.
if oh we lost
I turned
Sonia.
off my camera to see if
Oh
you
yeah,
broke
yeah.
up. Do you want to
That's
just go off camera, all of us, so we can see
yeah, I
if it
can go
broke?
off camera. I'm gonna go off camera. Boop.
Okay. And how is it now?
I don't know, I don't hear. Therand, are
Just
you still there?
black squares that are lighting green every time we talk.
Therand, you there?
Oh boy.
Well, we can
Okay.
go through.
Well, this deck, this proof of concept, this show, as you can see the style, right? So I'm just gonna go over the deck for those who are watching and who are interested in what this is more about in depth.
Yeah,
So yeah, we have it's a live action mixed with 2D pipeline. Like we said, like Theron mentioned, vlog
yeah.
experience, vlog. God, old.
Vlog.
Um, vlog. I
All right,
know.
let's watch the vlog.
All right, Grandma, watch the vlog. Um,
That's too good. Hey, Therand.
we're just cracking jokes about me calling things vlog until you're back. You know,
Yeah,
Okay.
but turn off your video to see if that helps.
we turned off our videos
Just
just to
turn
see
off
if
the
it
video
helps.
and just have your audio.
I think
It
what
helps
should
sometimes.
be the Zoom app, it turns out, was acting weird for
Ah,
some reason.
all
Like it
right.
Okay,
kicked it out and then it opened again and it's working fine, it seems.
Maybe
okay.
you were missing an update.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know.
mayhap, mayhaps. Okay, this is
Okay.
nice and smooth. Okay, cool.
Next,
Yes, so let's.
I just wanted to know what your experience is like having to essentially hustle a network and find people to
Yeah.
talk to you for co-production opportunities and budgeting since you are new in the
Hmm.
industry, and what that's been like for you in your experience having to reach out to people and the challenges or opposite, not so challenging because of what was helpful. Maybe people trying to do the same thing could
Yeah.
learn from you.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say the biggest challenge I think is that way for a lot of creators is the lack of information. Like there's no one who's necessarily walking you through everything. I know that getting mentorship early on is something I would absolutely advise. So having someone on board who knows a little bit more than you do, just a couple steps ahead. But then also on my end, I know that you don't always know where you can put your project or where you can necessarily get funding or opportunity. So I would say for me, a huge thing was going to industry events, for example. So I was at the Youth Media Alliance conference that happened in Toronto a couple months ago. Well, almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
And that was just such a great resource. I made so many really valuable connections. And then even I hate to say the word, but networking a little bit is good. Meeting
Yep.
people, connecting with people, because community is ultimately how things are going to end up getting made, especially in this spot where we're smaller creators and we're
Hmm.
independent creators. That's the way that things are going to get made, by meeting other talented people who can help you and who you can help as well. But I would say that's the biggest thing. And I think the biggest upcoming hurdle is going to be for next stages and future projects. I think finding where funding is coming from as well.
And I gotta ask you, because you're in school,
Mhm.
you're amongst the new generation which are more, let's just say, I don't know what, online search savvy, like quicker, I guess, let's say. And you're saying there's lack of information. So with all the way to search online, do you feel the lack of information is the fact that it's hard to find, or it's just
Mhm.
not anywhere you can read about it at all? Like it takes a while
I
to find it, or you just can't even find it.
I think a lot of it isn't even that it's hard to find, but just not knowing it exists.
Okay, so not knowing what to look for. Would that be a
When
fair thing
you're
to say?
connected and speaking to people who are in the industry,
Yeah.
when you're connected to people in the industry who are sort of talking, hearing about these resources as they come about.
Hmm.
Oh no.
In the most
When
juiciest
you're in the
moment.
industry, you're sort of hearing, oh, I know. Zoom's trying to
Yeah.
block us. Okay. When you're in the industry, you're sort of hearing about these things as they come about. So you know about, oh, there's a funding opportunity here. Oh, there's a grant opportunity here. But
Yep.
when you're not there, you're missing out on that information. So, for example, when Shaw Rocket Fund was a thing, that was a huge resource for so many people who are in the kids space. But if you weren't in that space, you wouldn't necessarily know that it existed. I find that like animation and the TV space is a very small sort of world.
I'll tell you what I have a hard time with, because I go and I search for funds and I will go, okay, looking for, because it's also geographically based. So far as being in Canada, Ontario, for me, I would go and I would search, funds or funding programs available for kids programming or something different. Or if I'm making like a feature development, I know really it's just telefilm. So I'll go and I'll search and I'll find these things. What I have a hard time really is filling out the applications.
Hmm.
How do you what
Yes.
have you had experience filling out the applications for stuff?
I'm in application season right now.
Okay.
So prepping
Application hell.
Okay.
applications. And you know what it is? Again, having information from someone who's sort of been there before. So
Mhm.
at Turtlebox with Cam and Cat, I was there through sort of one of those application seasons for them. So getting some information there, but also looking at resources that exist. So a lot of these funds, they have webinars and they have some in-person sessions and that sort of thing. But again, it's one of those things that a lot of people don't know they exist.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So when you do, you can hop in there and you can speak to people even I know that Ontario Arts Council and Canada Arts Council, they have even people you can call to speak to just to get some more information about if your project is a good fit. So I think that one of the biggest parts of that is just again getting access to people who can help you with that sort of thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Okay.
breaking a lot of that also the shyness. I think a lot of creators, we get scared when we're like, oh, we have to do what to get all this. It seems like it's a lot of work, but honestly it's well worth it because this is a project you love, you are passionate about. You go through those that fear and you have to break through it. You have to like, screw this, like I need to push forward and ask these questions and do the uncomfortable thing and call strangers to ask for help. And I think it's necessary for us to understand that this is part of the process. In order to be successful, we need to break through that discomfort area. And that's what we need, a lot of support from friends and family that go like, just do it. Just like Nike says,
Absolutely.
just
And
do
I
I
it.
just,
think
yeah, I
mhm,
just quickly want to ask you because when I asked you your role in this, you said I'm on the producer side of things, but you also wrote it, so you technically are the creator as well, and you are also at this stage self-producing because you either made the work or you got help, and you actually,
Hmm.
organized the project, right? So, is
mhm.
there a reason why you're not calling yourself the creator or the showrunner or the writer, like first?
Yeah, not necessarily on this project. I think it's just that a lot of, again, because I think I'm in application season right now,
Mm-hmm.
everything is like, you know, a lot of the opportunities are for producers specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of the programs that I've done or I'm in are for producers. So I've just been calling myself a producer so much recently. I
Okay.
think that's what it is. But yeah,
Awesome. Gotcha. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Um, that's fantastic. And again, like anybody who technically owns rights to the content created, um, owns or license the rights or, creates, and then you are technically, if you purchase it, then you own it. So you become, the owner of the content. So yeah, it could be many hats you can wear, being the
Hmm.
creator and of course in the application producer. And so how are you finding the challenge with like credibility? So for example, I know producers, to qualify, they need to have credits on something that's already been produced or aired or is out in the world in whatever capacity. Do you find that for your stage, because you're so early in the game, are you looking to partner up with a more experienced producer to help your case, or are you just kind of focusing on only opportunities that are more for newer producers in this stage?
no, I'm absolutely open to working with and partnering with more experienced producers for sure. I find that credibility is a huge thing that can be an issue on like two parts. I think on one side, credibility for if you're applying for a grant or for a fund or something like that can
Right.
be a scary thing. And that's where I definitely want to pair up with like a producer who has some more experience, but also personally. So, like being in certain rooms and in certain spaces, you sort of don't feel the confidence to always present your project or yourself or what you have because you have less stuff under your belt. So you don't feel
Mm.
as credible.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so aside from this project, do you have any other projects you're working on at the moment?
Yes, for sure. I know that
Oh, okay.
I have other kid stuff that's sort of in the development phases, but
Okay.
on the producer side of things, I've been helping a lot of people more in the distribution and festival phases of their projects. So I've been helping people with festival applications and sort of
Awesome.
press kits and projects like that. So
Awesome.
that's what I've been working on a lot recently. But I know that hopefully when development application season rolls around, I'll be able to drop some more projects that are in development right now.
That's awesome.
Okay. And if
What
people want
diffi-
to find you, I'm so sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
Jose. Your
How
turn.
dare you?
Like, I
How
know
what are the difficult
it's your
moments that
turn.
you had moving in through this project? What were the biggest hurdles you ended up actually hitting as you were moving through it?
For sure. I would say one of them was the learning curve for After Effects. There's sometimes a lot of
Yeah.
things that you see in your head as being cool and you want to translate it to something. So compositing a lot of things in After Effects definitely had a learning curve to it. But
Yeah.
when I got more comfortable with the software, it definitely helped. And also, I would say in the writing phase, people say like kill your
Mm,
darlings. That can be
yeah.
a bit difficult because it used to be a lot longer of a project. And that's where getting some mentorship really helps to be like, maybe this should be cut down a little bit. Maybe this
Yeah.
part isn't necessary to keep it snappy and to keep attention spans.
Yeah, because nowadays it's all about like the TikTok brain, unfortunately, of the younger
Mhm.
generation that you need to keep it down to like it's almost like taking in like you need to show as much as possible 20 seconds. Let's tell a story in 20 seconds. How
Mhm.
fast can we do this? And but I mean, looking at your structure here, I love looking at it because it's like very to the point. You got start, meet Josh. Here's the smart tab information. Here's the vlog, sorry, the vlog. Sonia, we were making fun of that. That was funny.
I love the
And then
vlog.
the vlog, I'm gonna call that forever. The vlog, the selfie, and boom, let's wrap this baby up. And you just told
Mhm.
the story, and now you keeping. And the main part is keeping those kids engaged and getting information out of it, which is fantastic. But like, yeah, I could see like especially when you start with your scope of work at the beginning, like when you start seeing all the you know the things that could be an issue, and it's sometimes you go like, this is it'll be fine, we'll just do it, and ends up being a lot longer. So were there any other uh bumps in the road other than that, that you saw it that you didn't foresee when you had your at the beginning your scope of work in front of you?
Yeah, I would also say distribution for sure. Like I'm at a spot now where it's great to be having conversations with like platforms and like even YouTube channels that are potentially interested in seeing where it could go. But I know that at one point I was going mainly the traditional like broadcaster route.
Right.
And a lot of them said, this is something that we're not really interested in right now, or we're not really doing a program that's shorter right now, was one that I got, or even we sort of have a show that covers this educational field a little bit. And that's where I think that even for creators in general, it's good to know where your project belongs. So
Hmm.
like I had to really sit down for a moment and think, okay, where do I want to target this? And I was like, digital seems to be the spot. We're talking about something that's using vlogs, a lot of technology. This is something that's meant more for digital platforms. And when I started targeting there, I found that there were a lot more productive conversations
Hmm.
coming about
Okay.
because of it.
And like going forward too, there's another thing because of the industry, how it's shifting, and it's at the speed that it's going to. Like the shift, are you willing to experiment? Because we're finding we're going after a path that kind of exists there that we see, like we visually see. Would you would you reconsider at one point, like if something changes and go like maybe I'll take this route, or would you see as like maybe I should stick to the safer path, or would you take more chances knowing how much the industry is shifting? You know what I mean?
Hmm. I
Like
think
yeah, like self-producing, I guess.
self
Yeah.
definitely what's on the table here. So even if it does get picked up, even I'm talking to some like digital platforms now, I would still be down to self-produce a smaller, when I say like a smaller count of episodes. So if we were to do like a test of say 7 or 8 episodes to put out, sort of get audience feedback and see where can we improve, where can we make changes here.
Hmm.
That's something that I'm definitely open to doing. And if the platforms that we're talking to say that they are going in a different direction, then I absolutely would self-produce and just release it, because I think it's something where that's the power of being a digital creator, being a creator in this world where you can immediately get feedback and start connecting with an
Yeah.
audience.
And we can
And so
start
when you're
inventing our new ways. Sorry, Sonia.
yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, when you said digital platforms, are you able to give us the examples of which ones, or are you gonna keep it that one kind of
Oh,
off
I'm an open
for
book.
now?
So
Tell us.
basically, I'm talking to a to see if a kids YouTube channel or
Okay.
two would be interested. So I'm talking to a couple of kids channels that have content, and then there is a streamer who was looking. They're a smaller streamer, and they're more in sort of the like living sort of space, and they
Okay.
are looking to expand into the kids area. So that's something
Okay.
that I'm looking at there as well.
So when you're saying distribution, you're looking for just the output, or you're also trying to see if they can fund you, or just
Um,
the output.
I'm more so looking at the output of
Okay.
things because this is, again, project that is smaller in scope in terms of how the episodes are produced, and it's very much within a pretty preset pipeline.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So that's definitely a helpful aspect here where I'm open to self producing it, right?
Right.
So, yeah,
It sounds like your program is doing you a lot of service. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. But in the future, I definitely want to try making some stuff using more like open source and like creator owned software. Like I've
Absolutely.
been seeing a lot of Toon Squid stuff recently. To me, that's been
Yes.
looking
squid.
Toon Squid
amazing.
has been great. The amount of stuff that's coming out that's free, um, to support. I mean, even I, for example, for
Blender.
my film,
Hmm.
Blender is amazing, free. You can do so much with it. The problem is that the learning curve is crazy. Uh,
Hmm.
there's other ones like OpenTunes. Is it
Open
OpenTunes?
tunes.
That one was it's difficult. Like there's a lot of them that it takes some time for developers to go in and kind of massage it into a good place. Like I see it, it's in a better place. But actually, this leads me to another question because also the rockiness of all this. Um, for example, Adobe a few months ago, they went like, nope, you're discontinuing anime, right? That could be a
Hmm.
big scare. We saw a lot of big scares from even gaming companies who are producing their games and all their assets are done in Animate or Flash. I'm gonna call it Flash because that's what it is, Flash. And then
It's
because I keep
animate,
missing it,
okay?
fine,
Animate.
fine, Animate, Adobe Animate. What a long
No one
name.
knows who Flash
Anyways,
is. That
that's
was 50
true.
years ago. You should stop.
Only the
50 years
old
ago.
people like me are saying Flash, but Animate was ready to pull, right? And that could leave a lot of people's in a rut because how do you transfer that? So what do you see? Do you have contingency plans if something like this can mess with your pipeline at any point? What would be your alternate, or what would you do if something like this happens? Um,
I think that worst case scenario, if the platforms that I do use end up just dying overnight, it would definitely be a challenge to transition. I think I can't see After Effects disappearing like that. I know that there'd still
yeah,
be some software in the pipeline that works, but in the event that that did happen, like I saw like when Adobe Animate was going to get shut down by Adobe or retired, I guess. That was a huge scare. I was like, "Whoa, this isn't looking too
yeah,
good."
no,
Mm.
Definitely.
So,
I'm gonna dive into back into this one. So Josh is a character that you wrote
mhm.
based on anybody you know, or
Not necessarily based on anyone I know. I think it was just a character that was supposed to be excited about seeing the world around him. And I think that when you have that excitement, kids pick up on it too, and they're like, "Oh, whoa, this looks." So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I know like Ryan's World was like a play along live action just like come play with me kid playing show.
Hmm.
Rates I think second on YouTube for kids programming. So um, yeah, for this part, so essentially, you have a lot of information here. Do you feel like putting together all this information, understanding the scope of this project, like you got the mentorship, do you feel like that putting the right information, get really clear, that was also learning curve and took time, or did you feel like it kind of was very clear and easy from the get-go?
I would say information wise, that was something that I found to be a little less challenging for me, but I know a lot of people it can be. I think there's some areas that had a learning curve for me. This one wasn't as much. I feel like the sort of strategy producer side of things is something that I enjoy. And so that really tied into it of seeing where can this go? Why would someone watch? What is sort of the strategy here? And I
Hmm.
think that really helped in making this section and sort of gathering together that information.
And how did you do the live motion capture? How did you capture yourself or someone else?
Yes, so myself, so we did it in-house at the Turtle Box offices because they had done a little bit of work with that before in 2D and integrating it with Adobe's Character Animate pipeline. So that ended up working well for us to add like some additional movement to make him feel a little more alive rather than just sort of moving hands or the
right.
head. I felt like it added a bit more motion to the character.
Okay, cool. I've we've never had Like I never got to do that when I was in school. Did you, Jose? This
The
is
what?
motion captures. Did you ever get to learn about that when you were? I mean,
No, we
I
never.
yeah, I
No,
never had this kind of opportunity. It's really cool.
no. I've used a live action footage as reference for storyboarding, but not to the extent to where you're actually using the actual footage like a as a capture. Yeah, that seems kind of like a lot of tweaking. A lot of there's so much. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
There was
No, it's
definitely
cool.
some tweaking to it, but I felt like once we sort of got the hang of it, it became a really nice way to sort of bring these characters to life a little more and make them feel a little
Yeah,
more natural. I felt
yeah.
like that was helpful there.
Right
Okay.
on.
And so the game, the app content is another form to which you could just transform like essentially make it into these different products, right? Is that the thought behind it?
Yes, because a lot of I guess broadcasters are looking for like new original IP. They're looking for things that can be turned into sort of not just something that exists in one space, but in a lot. And I feel like that's even a challenge for creators now, where it feels like you can't just make something for one platform. It has to exist on TikTok as clips, it has to
Yep.
exist here as something else.
Mhm.
But yeah, just being able to demonstrate that I feel like could be helpful.
Okay. And then so for let me see what the next one is after that. Yeah, that's your curriculum and
The
your
curriculum,
content.
yeah.
Do you find that in your conversations about this proof of concept, did you hear any questions that you couldn't answer that you didn't have answers to, or what other than the people saying is not what we're looking for? Was there anything else that was feedback that was either you didn't know how to answer or was opposite, it was useful to you? Be like, oh, I didn't think of that. I can go and refine and add.
I don't think there was as much that necessarily couldn't be answered. I think that a lot of it was pretty clear in terms of what it was aiming for.
Okay.
But I think that a lot of the feedback I got was definitely useful in hearing like what the strong aspects were and what the potential was. I remember even one of the best pieces of feedback I got, which sort of inspired adding multiple sections of how it could branch out, was speaking to Michelle Mellinson. So she runs Headspinner Productions in Toronto, and she's done like really big productions and even smaller scale ones. And one of her pieces of advice was see where you can put it. So don't just look at it as a show, look at it as what other forms can this exist in a kid's world. And that was sort of like a mind opening moment, like, whoa, let me see where else this can fit into. So I think that was one of the best pieces of advice I got.
And do you find that the gaming and the app content was already there in the printables before that conversation, or they came after?
They definitely came after. So companion
Okay.
video content, game and app content
Mm,
definitely came after that conversation.
awesome. That's really cool. That took it to the next level. Okay, and then now you have your locations where you'd love to actually film. This would be like, I guess, the season one take.
Yes.
What
I
would be? Where would
uh,
season two be?
sorry.
Sorry,
Let me.
you have a
Can
question?
I ask a question here about the
Yeah.
curriculum? Do you actually apply any of the pedagogy that the Ontario government or for the Canadian government? I mean, for like the education path that they have. Like, would you actually align with it? Is this something that you could take to schools? Is this something that flies in parallel with it? Like, do you know what I mean?
It actually, yeah. So it does align with it. This one it isn't explained as specifically here, but it goes off of the first and second grade curriculums for social studies, where they
Nice.
speak of beginning to understand our global community and understanding sort of languages and different things about history. So that's sort of what it draws from, but it is specifically based from there.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can expand from that. I mean, you can go to grade 3, 4, and then, I mean, it's limitless, really, if you think about it, because you can just keep going.
Yeah,
That's
I hope so.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Sorry, Sonia, please.
No, not at all. And do you feel like have you tried to reach out to PBS? I know they it's kind of in their realm,
Good question.
Yes.
educational shows. Okay.
So for PBS, I did reach out to them. I think their biggest feedback was they sort of have some stuff around global education
Hmm.
that works
Hmm.
for them at the moment. So they're not really looking to expand their content in that space right now. I know right now they're doing a lot with reading and like literacy based stuff. So they're
Hmm.
not really looking to expand there right now.
Mm.
Gotcha. All right. And so all these. Have you gone to any in-person events except for the YMA, the Youth Media Alliance? Have you gone to any other ones?
Not really for animation and kids media. No.
Okay,
I definitely want to start doing more of that this year.
okay. And so, prime time is one for producers. They do that once a year in Ottawa. Are
Mhm.
you thinking of trying to go to that
I don't know if I'll be able to make it out to prime time this year, but I know
next
that
year?
there is maybe for next year, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
already
Um,
happened. Yeah,
hopefully for next year, but I know
yeah.
that there is a kids sort of market, a new Canadian one that's going to be starting in Quebec. So
Mm.
if that happens this year or early next year, I'll definitely try to make my way down there.
Do you know what it's called?
I know that YMA just launched it,
Oh, okay.
the Kids International Media Summit. So that's
Oh,
going to be
cool.
Oh,
happening in Montreal.
So I guess that's the Kids Screen new home.
Yes. Oh, I was so
oh.
excited your kids screen was. Oh,
Well, it looks like it's gonna go somewhere else now. The Kids International Media? No, something.
yeah, the Kids International Media Summit.
Summit. Okay. Well, I love the fact that it's gonna be in Canada, so that's nice. Kudos.
Yes.
Go
That's cool.
Canada.
I know. And so, about Annecy. Annecy's coming up. Anyone's packing your stuff and getting ready to go, good luck. Are you looking to go to Annecy next year?
Next year, again, it's one of those things where if I get the opportunity to go, I absolutely would love to.
Hmm.
So I'll definitely be looking at seeing if I can get down there.
Okay. Are you submitting these into your shorts? Because this could be like a short you can
Yeah.
submit.
Ooh. Okay, well now see, I'm gonna have to because I
Oh, the
thought
game has
thinking
changed.
more of just going to the market section, but okay.
If you submit to, because you can submit a short, you can submit a work in progress, you can submit a pitch deck, you can submit a feature development, finished feature. They have like multiple submissions, and if your thing gets into the competition or into the screenings, I believe you get a pass.
Yeah.
So that could be already a start. And if you're invited, you can also apply with Telefilm for a travel grant, which essentially all you have to show that you have been invited, and then they accommodate and help you with some of your cost. So these two things that no one has ever told me, all of y'all out there.
You need to find out. But this is
That's awesome.
another
No,
reason, by the
thank you.
way. This is another reason too, and this is more for the community out there. Even in our community in Discord, do ask these questions. We're gonna be going over a lot of the Ottawa Animation Festival, and we're gonna be trying to keep track of that. Give a lot of information people who don't know the next, taffy, the next whatever. But like you're talking about Annecy, people don't know what to expect. Actually, we did a little chat last year. I think it was. Was it last year,
No, it
Sonia?
was this year. It was
No.
all this year.
This year, I am lost in time. I think I don't know what they were on. So,
That's all right. I'll just do
but
another
anyways,
one. I'll just do another
yeah. But
Annecy
it's
rant to
it's
prep people. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be hopefully having another event, a free YouTube event with the two of us. We can answer questions specifically about festivals or questions about it. But we want to have some of these events that we do um, uh, every once in a while. But do come to the Tap community and Discord. And if you don't, just join us. Just there's a link on Facebook and there's a link in LinkedIn. Um, and also there would be a link probably at the description below. And please check it out, and you can ask questions. That's what the community is for. But
Yeah.
anyways, back
And
to as I sell it.
no, I was
No,
gonna
that's
just,
awesome.
yeah, I was just gonna ask, are you interested in going to the speed pitching in Ottawa? I mean, that's another place to
Yeah.
meet producers for co-productions, etc.
Pardon?
Ottawa International Film Festival is coming up. They have speed pitching. Are you interested in going to that? That's where people pitch their shows, their decks.
Again, that's not something that I think I'll be able to fit in for this year. I know
Okay.
this upcoming few months, I've got like a lot of stuff going on work-wise for me.
Hmm.
But again, for next year, it's definitely a goal to start. Like next year, I plan to be outside at every event. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to make like a bingo card for every time we see
Yeah.
each other at an event. Just every time get a bingo tab.
Yeah, yeah, that's
That'll
hilarious.
be a good one.
Yeah, no, that's great. You definitely going and showing up is important. But yeah, the speed pitching is really about people coming and you get like 10 minutes and then you do your quick meet and then you book in advance and all that. So, yeah. So next year will be a good time for you because you said you have a few more, right? You have like 2 or 3 more uh pitches you're working on.
Yes. Hmm.
Any of them, are you the writer creator or are you now working with other people?
The writer creator for most of them, though for a lot of like the animation work, I definitely would like to work with some other people to bring on.
Mhm.
But that's something where I know that even for any other creators listening, Ontario Creates has their Futures Forward Fund. So
Mm,
if you take any sort of classes from Web Series Canada or from any other organization that has sort of a beginning workshop on it, you're eligible to apply for that to get development funding for your project to start getting some character sketches together, getting a script together and a deck. So that's an opportunity that I'm definitely going to be looking at with those projects to hopefully begin collaborating with some people.
Cool. And that's the CMF you said?
That is through Ontario Creates.
Oh, Ontario Creates, because there's also
nice.
CMF, and I lost track of what's going on with CMF right now. But yeah, Ontario Creates, good for them. Awesome. That's great. I literally created a squad, like a group on Discord for producers.
Awesome.
Because I didn't realize that I didn't even know that Sheridan had this program, to be honest. And I didn't know that now there's more people who are actually taking it and are looking to work with creatives.
Hmm.
So, who are also writers and creating themselves. Because I know self producing is when we write stuff, when we create stuff, we have ideas, we do have to put that self producing hat in order to push it forward. Because uh, as you know, that's what's required. So the way I see it is you are a creator who's self-producing
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
because it's still your ideas, right? So that's why I was wondering if you're working with other writers right now who have their scripts and um,
Yeah. Not really working with other writers with who have original scripts sort of in the kids space right now. I know I've
got
helped
it.
some other writers with their own scripts and like doing some shorts, so like
Ah,
short films and that sort of thing.
cool,
So that's sort of where that is. But
cool.
for projects for development, yeah.
Any other um, groups or specific genres you're looking to produce other than children programming? So maybe some different, or you're gonna focus on kids
You
shows
know what?
eventually.
I would love to work with someone who is a writer for like a teen series or something like that, because I
Hmm.
feel like that space is so sorely lacking. But I know from what I've heard from people in the industry right now, that's a tough space to pitch. And
Mm,
I know to get funding for, because a lot of the sources that were there for that type of content, they're not there as much. I know like shows like Detention Air and that sort of thing that used to be in that sort
Mm-hmm.
of YTV space. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's a lot tougher to get those funded and made right now, but I would love to do that at some point.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
that's fantastic.
Great.
Do you have any other questions, Jose? Or
No, I think yeah, we're right. We have like 4 minutes left to nine, so we're like I don't know if you have any wrapping thoughts. Um, yeah, what is the future for Therand Guy in the next year? What are you looking forward to in 2026, 2027?
You know what? I'm really looking forward to just connecting with more people, hopefully getting this project out for sure, but to connect with some amazing people. I've met so many amazingly talented like producers, writers, animators, as you know, my friend Rachel. So just getting to know more people, I think is going to cause a lot more cool stuff to be made because I'll just be in conversation with someone and we'll be like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what would be really cool if we made this project. So I think in networking, we're going to get to see a lot more cool stuff happen, and hopefully, I'm involved in it. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
fantastic. That sounds fantastic. Well, dude, this was an awesome uh, podcast. I don't know what to call it anymore. Like a tapcast, I guess.
it is the Tapcast,
It is
yeah,
the
and
tapcast.
Tapcast where we also draw. Do you draw?
Yeah.
Do you draw? I know you draw. How about you draw with us a little bit?
I don't really doodle much, but let's
I'll,
see.
I should give it a try. I mean, this is the fun part. So just doodle
This
away.
way.
I mean, unless you want to pull up like a reference, or Jose. But honestly,
Or just
it's
like
good.
it for a few minutes, yeah. And
Oh, it's
it's fun
nice.
to do it. Like it does not any, expectations. Like,
All I've got is
we
my
don't.
mouse pad here. I don't have my tablet
Oh, you don't have your
connected.
tablet.
Oh, fine. We won't
Not
put you on the
Oh,
connected.
next
not
time.
gonna put you
Well,
on
we
the
would love to
spot.
have you again here and see where, like, in a few months or something, in a few months time, and see where you are in your journey. This is I mean, these are such incredible journeys for us creators where we don't know what's going to happen to the industry,
Mhm.
but all we know is we're going for a hell of a ride, and it's going to be fun. We just got to hang on, and we need to
Absolutely.
support each other. We need to help each other figure things out because some of us don't know where to go. Like, we just found out some cool stuff from you today, and we're gonna have a guest, Herringbone Animation next week. That we're gonna have some even more like information. Will be like, what? So I want people to tune in and get this info because it's gonna make us stronger as an animation community, and know where to survive or how to survive.
And yeah, I would suggest that I would just say Annecy is a wonderful place to go for the market. It's such a big market, but also there are other markets in Europe. There is a cartoon movie forum. There's the series version of that. There's Series Mania. There's like something happening every month in Europe. So
Yeah, in Europe.
where people go when they'll pitch, they'll have their decks, they'll and it's all markets.
Yeah.
So if there's one thing I want you and other people to take away who are getting into the industry, it's such a global business now,
Yeah.
and being able to network with people in these markets is just as important now as it is with the local, um, because the co-production piece is so becoming so much more now significant and necessary because of the nature of how much funds we can find in Canada. It's so limited. And so um, Lana Longbeard, actually, the show Lana Longbeard.
Hmm.
So if you ever heard um, Dylan Edwards talk about it, so look him up on LinkedIn. He loves to meet creators and new producers like you. He developed, I believe, and produced Lon Longbeard, and the way that they actually did the show, and he talked about it on panels. They did a co-production with Zephyr Animation from France, and that's how they got the show to come to life. So, um, and I believe that he was at Copernicus at the time. So Copernicus was where it
Hmm.
was developed. And so he did talk about how long it took before he was able to find a partner. And the way he found a partner, Zephyr Animation, was at Annecy, just talking.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm feeling like FOMO. I need to get to Annecy.
Ah,
Oh, I'm so
yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to do that to you, but
No, it's
I,
good.
you know what? I actually this year is a little crazy. Everything tripled in price there in terms of stays because I feel like I think people are feeling the FOMO right now, and they're all just surging to Annecy right now because Kids Screen kind of fell through, and so that's the only that's the biggest and only market right now, global market event right now, at least for North Americans. So thinking of if there's extra people going from like the US and Canada regions right now. I just know this year it's just gone crazy. It just doubled and
Mm.
tripled in like Airbnb costs. The hotels were sold out like 7 to 8 months ago. Like it's insane. So
Yeah.
they're expanding and they're creating more like busing infrastructure. So like there's more hotels outside of the hub that will shuttle you in because before that they didn't have it because they didn't have so much demand for it. So you have to stay like at the
But
one
now
hub that
there
everybody
is.
stays. But now they're like working out more accommodation. So I feel like this year is a little crazy, but next year is going to be a smoother sail. The year after as well, I think.
Most
Unless
likely we'll
keep
be
on
there.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. And unless it's gonna keep exploding, who knows? Maybe we're gonna need to take up another town for it and call it Annecy
Yeah.
Film Festival.
Mhm.
But yeah, like not to do the FOMO thing, but I've met quite a few people at these events in Annecy who said they either from Canada or the US. They went to this one and the MIPCOM one. MIPCOM is like depends. I think children's market is now closing down, but their other big market is still on. And again, like I've spoken to some people at ANSC who said I've been going to stuff for like a few years. She was a creator and a producer, like self-producing and a creator. And she said she went to MIPCOM and again she just met, a person who loved the show and he turned out to be somebody who was willing to invest and co-produce with her. And it's just these are the stories. It's unfortunate that this is like how it is. It is the one of the realities. I don't want to say it's the only way to get funds, but again, this is why even more so we need an infrastructure.
Mhm.
Um, to have these communications that we don't have to fly in and get lucky by the bar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
uh so yeah, like, but these are the stories. If you go to NC next year, the reason why I think it's crazy and amazing and beautiful is because it's a city full of people in animation. It just kind of gets taken over and everyone just walks. It's a small place, everyone just walks. So you're walking everywhere and you're seeing people you may know and you may not know, but
Yeah.
you just it's like a big reunion.
And you know
Oh,
what the
that's
great thing about that too is since you're walking, you can eat everything in sight. So
Yeah,
calories don't count. Calories are
yeah,
zero. You know,
yep,
you just
no, I like
eat
that.
and
I
drink
like
and be
that.
merry.
Mhm.
yeah. And I gotta say that the market is a great place to be going and to hanging out with the artists at the end of the day is a great place to be. And there's a lot of students, of course, and I'm always mind blown by how many people come who are just fans of animation. Like they come to the panels, they come to watch the screenings. They're not in animation. They just like you'll see families coming, parents with their
Which
kids
is pretty
walking
awesome.
around.
Like,
Amazing.
Yeah, it is. Um, and so, yeah, it's magical because it's walkable and it's small, um, and then because of that, you also get to talk to a lot of people. I met a lot of very nice producers from South Korea, from Japan, from Hong Kong. Um, those are like my favorite ones. So I go to all the pitching and the demos for that. And yeah, lots of different European pitches, lots of pitches. People
yeah.
just
Okay.
showing their demos. Yeah.
That's amazing. So I'm
Yeah.
hearing that I need to start I need to get some flights booked.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry to do
One
this to you.
hundo, one hundo.
I am the worst person to talk to about Annecy because I'll sell it to you in like a minute because it's just the
Yes.
most magical place. It not because I'm true I've been there twice and I'm truly upset that no one's ever told me. So and because I learned about it so much later, I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Like no one has ever talked about it. And like the people that go to these things are the people who are either running the studios or executives or they are not even the line producers. It's just like you're either the owner of the studio or you're the executive producer of the company or something, or the head of even yeah. It's like it really depends. So if you don't talk to those people, you're not gonna know about these events. You're not even gonna think about it, right?
Hmm.
True.
Yeah.
But they're so important for producers like yourself. They're so important for developers, creators, people who are making things, especially like small indie animation studios. This is where you get to engage on so many levels. So yeah, it's a big one for sure. It's grown over the years. You can still get in there now, but I would say it would be very tight. Like
Yeah.
usually you want to set your meetings like in advance.
Hmm.
So like start the conversations weeks in advance. People do that. They prep like 2 months in advance. It's it's bananas.
Yeah.
No, it's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
we'll
that's that. It's yeah,
yeah.
907. Sorry, Jose.
No,
I
we will
jumped the
continue
gun.
this conversation. We will definitely try to connect again. We'll keep in contact. We have the Discord community. Obviously,
Absolutely.
let's would love to hear more. The how the process is going. Like it's just cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Thank you so much, Darren,
Absolutely. And
for joining
I want
us.
to say, I want to say that it's really cool that you're actually talking about it uh, to us and anyone else, because this side of the business is very challenging to know about.
Mhm.
Yeah, so thank you.
I thank you for having me. Honestly, it's amazing what you guys are doing over at the animation platform. Like I'm seeing like the goal of it and I'm like, wow, like this is something that it's really timely for creators because sure there's YouTube, there's Seed and Spark, there's these different platforms, but like specifically for animation, which is really doing well on YouTube right now for indie projects, I think this is going to be the birth of a whole lot of really cool stuff. So, thank you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. It's our pleasure.
Uh, Somebody just came into the chat, but we're about to log
Oh
off.
man.
Oh,
I know it's
Hello.
always
Oh,
happens,
hello. Oh man.
but
Well,
next
if you're
time, but
not in our Discord, here's a quick link to that dude. Gonna pop it
yeah,
in there.
yeah, pop it in there.
there we go.
And
Join
boom
Discord.
shakalaka. Do,
All
do,
right, I
do,
guess
do,
we're
do.
gonna sign off of
Yeah, and have a great night, Darren. And like we'll chat again, like we said. Um,
Absolutely.
and how do I log off to this? I'm just
you
kidding.
just click stop
I
streaming.
know. I just kidding. I'm tired. Can you tell? I don't even know what day we're on. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.